and welcome to Grades Skyrocketing Academy Namibia. Lesson 2, Entrepreneurship Grade 8 and 9. Theme 1, Entrepreneurial Traits and Culture. Topic 1.1, Entrepreneurship. In the previous lesson, we learned to distinguish between enterprise, entrepreneur, and entrepreneurship. I hope you can remember the definitions and you have attempted to do the activity for Lesson 1. Visit our Facebook page at Grades Skyrocketing Academy Namibia Resource Center for the solution to check if you have completed the puzzle successfully. Let us take a look at today's learning objective. At the end of this lesson, you must be able to 1. Distinguish between 3 areas of entrepreneurship: social entrepreneurship, cultural entrepreneurship, and economic entrepreneurship. That is our learning objective for today. When choosing to start an enterprise, you need to think about your business mission statement. The mission statement is the bigger reason why you decided to start the enterprise. It is the enterprise purpose explaining why the enterprise exists. Normally, when people use the word enterprise or businesses, the word profit comes to mind. But that is not the only reason why people start enterprises. All enterprises can be grouped under 3 areas based on their mission statement. In other words, based on why the enterprise was started. For example, Betty needs to come up with an objective for her bakery. This is part of the mission statement. Why does she want to start a bakery shop? Does Betty want to bake bread to make a profit? Or does Betty want to bake bread and feed her community members for free? Or maybe Betty uses a traditional recipe that has been passed down from generation to generation and she wants to preserve the heritage of her people. Betty has 3 options. Number 1, bake for profits. Number 2, bake for community gain for free. Number 3, bake to preserve culture. If Betty decides to bake for profits, her enterprise falls under economic entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs under this area see enterprises as an opportunity to generate wealth, create jobs for themselves and other people, and their main aim is to maximize profits. They are all about selling to get rich. Their mission statement is usually centered around attracting more customers to increase sales and profits. They want the big bucks. Enterprises like MTC, ShopRite, pharmacies, private school, and many others fall under this category. Before you use their product, you have to pay. Number 2, social entrepreneurship. Enterprises under social entrepreneurship focuses on maximizing the gains of the society and solving social problems affecting humans and the natural environment. Their mission statement is usually centered around giving back to the community to improve the living conditions of people and protect the natural environment. If Betty chooses to bake for community gain, it means she will bake bread to reduce hunger in her community for free or at a very low price to make it affordable for the poor people. Enterprises under this category include charity organizations such as SPCA, which protects and takes care of animals to prevent animal cruelty. Their mission is to rescue domestic animals that are abandoned or abused by their owners. SPCA provides these animals with shelter and food. Right? So they are not trying to make a profit at all. They are authorized to confiscate animals from their owners who abused and neglect them. Other charity organizations may focus on providing money for hospital treatments for life-threatening diseases like cancer, soup kitchens for homeless people. Charity organizations that give free wheelchairs to people with disabilities, learners stationery, sanitary pads to schoolgirls, digging boreholes, and many other activities. Nature conservancies such as the NNCF is a community-based organization that manage natural resources to improve the lives of San people in Namibia. Non-profit organizations such as EHRA also falls under social entrepreneurship. EHRA aims to combat elephant-human conflicts. They build walls around community water points and they educate community members how to deal with elephant conflicts. Trade unions also fall under this category because they are formed to protect members. For example, NANTU is a teachers' union for protecting and represents teachers in Namibia to make sure they are paid well and that they are working under safe conditions. Trade unions are funded by members' contributions, also known as members' subscription fees. This means every teacher that wants to become a member of NANTU must pay a subscription fee. At the making of this video, NANTU's subscription fee was $100 Namibian per teacher. This is the money used by the enterprise to serve its purpose. Social entrepreneurship also accommodates member organizations who want to form a non-profit organization to achieve a common goal. A good example of this is the Namibia Organic Association, short for NOA. NOA aims to bring together all farmers and consumers who believe in organic farming and consumption. The members want to grow the organic sector in Namibia. They are simply saying enough with all the genetically modified foods and no to the use of chemical fertilizers. NOA supports and educates its members to grow food under natural conditions. Notice that for all enterprises mentioned above, none of them is focused on profit. They are simply saying, I care about you, and they just want to put a smile on someone's face. You are probably wondering, who in the world starts an enterprise just to give free goods and free services? You might be wondering, how is this even possible? Where does the money come from? To put a smile on people's faces for free? Where does the money come from to give all those free uniforms that Red Cross has been giving to school kids for free for decades? Or where does the money come from to rescue, feed, and provide housing for all the cute dogs that SPCA keep? Where does the money come from? That is our question. Notice this red button in the corner of SPCA's website. It says donate. That is one of the methods used to sustain most of the enterprises that practice social entrepreneurship. You will see this on other similar websites. These donations can be made by the government. Even individual people like you and me can also donate to these enterprises. Other enterprises can also donate to support these enterprise activities. Social enterprises are not all the same in terms of how they are operated and how they get money to continue operating. Apart from donations, some enterprises organize fundraising and trading activities to generate some money. This money is used to pay workers and to further the cause of the enterprise to make sure that the enterprise continues to exist. Some enterprises under social entrepreneurship may offer free products, however others may charge a small fee, but it is usually cheaper compared to the higher prices charged by economic entrepreneurs who are interested in profits. For example, conservancies that protect natural resources like plants and animals are involved in some cash-generating activities such as tour guiding, camping activities, trophy hunting, and other activities they do to make money. Any money that is made from these activities is used to pay the workers who take care of the natural resources and to buy tools, guns, drones, and cars that are needed to protect the natural environment. Did you know? People who are involved in social entrepreneurship are called philanthropists. Philanthropist is from the word philanthropy, which means love of humankind. This means love for people. Let us take a look at the last area of entrepreneurship. Number 3. Cultural entrepreneurship. This area of entrepreneurship focuses on using culture to sell products and services to preserve and address cultural needs and customs. Although cultural enterprises also make a profit, their main purpose is to preserve, showcase, and sell cultural products. They promote knowledge about culture and diversity by selling written literature about different traditions, foods, clothing, attires, games, and music. Depending on the entrepreneur's decision, a cultural enterprise can be operated for profit motive or without the aim of making a profit. Betty can decide to sell her traditional bread and make a profit. However, her main reason is to preserve culture and heritage. What she is really selling is the traditional recipe. Some examples of businesses under cultural entrepreneurship in Namibia are: Zwama Restaurant is a cultural village designed to customers a feel of the traditional lifestyle of Awambo people. The restaurant offers traditional food recipes. Remember when we talked about the importance of reading the mission statement? You can clearly be able to identify that this enterprise's main focus is to promote and preserve culture and heritage. This, however, does not mean that the restaurant does not make profit. It makes profit, but the point here is the reason why the enterprise exists. Another such enterprise is Oxenji Restaurant, which also promotes and preserves the culture and heritage of Awambo people through spoken and written literature, food, and sales of cultural products. Museums also operate under cultural entrepreneurship because they aim to educate people about heritage and culture. Museums preserve thousands of ancient artifacts and historical informations and stories from thousands of years ago. Keep in mind your focus should always be on the enterprise's mission statement. In many cases, learners struggle to identify the area of entrepreneurship for given enterprises. This quick tip will help. Always read the case study and understand the mission statement of the enterprise. Why was the enterprise started? Is it to create jobs and make a profit? Is it to preserve a particular cultural product, knowledge, or practice? Or is it to help the community? Another thing to look out for is that all businesses, whether falling under economic, social, or cultural entrepreneurship, have a social responsibility. Social responsibility means they have a responsibility to help and give back to improve the lives of the people and the environment. Let us take a quick break before we do a short activity. Welcome back. Let us take a look at an example of Bannerman Energy. Bannerman Energy is an enterprise that mines and sells uranium. Now, you might have come across this article of Bannerman Energy giving free school uniforms to school kids and fruit trees at GAM Primary School through the Bannerman Early Learners Assistance Program. Can you be able to identify the area of entrepreneurship for Bannerman Energy? The correct answer is Bannerman Energy is an economic enterprise because they generate profits from selling uranium. I know some of you might say it is a social enterprise because Bannerman gave free school uniforms and fruit trees to the school. This is wrong, because giving free uniforms is not the main focus of their operation. Their focus is mining and selling uranium. Giving school uniforms and trees is simply a social responsibility. Bannerman Energy does not give free uniforms every day. It is something they plan to do once in a while. You must be able to distinguish between social entrepreneurship and social responsibility. In the previous lesson, I asked you to come up with a business idea that you can turn into an enterprise. Type your business idea in the comment section below and say whether it is under economic entrepreneurship or cultural entrepreneurship. Now let us take a quick look at the takeaway points from today's lesson. There are 3 areas of entrepreneurship, namely economic entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, and cultural entrepreneurship. Economic entrepreneurship focuses on wealth creation and job creation, and the aim is to make profit. Social entrepreneurship focuses on maximizing the gains of the society and solving social problems. Cultural entrepreneurship focuses on using culture to sell products and services and addressing cultural needs and customs. Take note. When identifying the area of entrepreneurship for an enterprise, we do not necessarily look at the product. For example, just because an enterprise farms with cattle or sells traditional attires does not automatically mean they are a cultural enterprise. Always read and understand the mission statement of the enterprise before you make a conclusion. Your teacher will always provide a case study with clear information to avoid confusion. We have come to the end of this lesson. Visit our Facebook page at Grade Skyrocketing Academy Namibia Resource Center to complete the activity for today's lesson. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next lesson. Bye.